Hey everybody, it's a beautiful day outside. The birds are chirping and the breeze is blowing and I feel like cooking something, so let's do this. Okay everybody, here we go. We're gonna make roux, ROUX. It's French. Here we have 1 pound, actually it's a half pound of butter and a half pound of margarine. So it's 2 sticks of margarine, 2 sticks of butter. And what we want to do is melt those together on the stove. All right. Now listen, roux is a basic ingredient. You have to have roux. It's a staple. I mean, you have to have it. If you want to thicken sauces, soups, gravy, whatever. You know, when you make biscuits and gravy, you cook the sausage until done, and then you add flour to it while you're making a roux. That's what you're making with the oil from the sausage. All right, so here we go. That's 1 pound of butter. I'm just going to call it butter. 1 pound of butter, and there goes 2 cups of flour. Wait a minute, that's not enough. We need 1 more cup of flour. That's all-purpose flour, by the way. And you can stir it up with anything you want. You know, I'm using a spoon. You know, but like I say, you have to have roux. Don't fool yourself. You got to have it. Roux, once it's cooked, it'll last on the counter. You know, you don't even have to refrigerate it. You can just leave it on the counter if you want. Cover it and just leave it there. I freeze mine because I'm not sure when I'm going to use it. But anyway, that was 3 cups of all-purpose flour and 1 pound of butter. All right, now it's very thick, as you can see. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook this in the oven. So in the oven, it's going to go here in a minute. And what you do is you stir it after the first 20 minutes. Stir it again after 40 minutes. And then after an hour, just take it out. Take it out of the oven. The oven, by the way, is 350. Okay, that's the first 20 minutes. Now, and I'm stirring it. You know, you don't really have to stir it, but I like stirring it just to even out the the cooked parts. Now, let's say you were making something like etouffee, the Cajun shrimp dish, and what you do with that is you let the roux brown so that the roux has a nutty flavor to it. It's a very good flavor when you let it brown. But I'm just going to use what they call blonde roux. This is blonde roux. All right, and what it does is it doesn't change the color of anything that you're cooking. You know, the brown roux will. You know, the brown roux will make it very, very brown. Plus, it adds a different flavor. There, you can see a little bit of brown there. That's, whoa, holy moly. That's on the bottom of the pan, the brown part there. Okay, let me see now. Has it been in an hour? I'm not sure. I think it has. You see how crumbly it is now compared to what it was in the beginning? In the beginning, it was kind of like almost like a dough. Now it's all crumbly. Okay, so now here's what I'm going to do. Yeah, it's been in an hour. Now I'm just going to put it in this container, and I'm going to put it in the freezer. And then anytime I need roux, I just pull it out. Now you have to be careful when you're adding the roux to the boiling liquid, whatever you're trying to thicken, because you don't want to add too much. Start out with maybe a big tablespoon, like, let's say you're making a quart of something. Start out with 1 tablespoon like this, like I'm using here, and use a whip, and whip it all in there, and then let it boil. The boiling finishes cooking the roux, and it'll also start to thicken. If you need a little more, add a little more, but don't go crazy at first. Start out with a little, and then you might have to add more. Okay, that's about it. You gotta have roux. Believe me, if you're not using roux, you're not really cooking. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, and thank you, and I hope you make some roux, and I'll see you later. I'm not going to eat.